You got
Please be seated. Before we begin, I would like to make a brief public service announcement. Can I ask audience members to turn off or turn to silent their mobile phones? In the unlikely event of an emergency, I would like you to be aware of the 5 emergency exits in the gymnasium. 2 in the front, 2 in the back, and 1 on the far left. If we are required to evacuate, please leave slowly and deliberately from your nearest exit. Please be aware that the graduation cake will be in the canteen immediately after the ceremony. All are welcome to attend. Also, pret-a-portrait will be available in the Grade 9 Commons to take graduation photographs for those who have yet to do so. Thank you. ASD community, please welcome the class of 2018. I would ask you all to stand for the national anthem for our host country, Qatar, performed by Aya El-Thani, and the United States, that of the United States of America, performed by ASD senior choir students.
قسما 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 بمن رفع السماء قسما بمن نشر الضياء قطر ستبقى حرة تسمو بروح الأوفياء سيروا على نهج الأولى سيروا ولا ضياء الأنبياء قطر بقلبي سيرة عز وأمجاد الإباء قطر رجال الأولين هماتنا يوم النداء وحمائم يوم السلام جوارح يوم الفداء قطر رجال الأولين هماتنا يوم نداء وحمائم يوم السلام جوارح يوم الفداء قسما 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 بمن رفع السماء قسما بمن نشر الضياء قطر ستبقى حرة تسمو بروح الأوفياء.
Oh, say, can you see by the dawn's early light what so proudly we hailed at the twilight's last gleaming, whose broad stripes and bright stars through the perilous fight for the ramparts we watched were so gallantly streaming, and the rockets' red glare, the bombs bursting in air, gave proof through the night that our flag was still there. Oh, say, does that star-spangled banner yet wave o'er the land of the free and the home of the brave?
Graduating class, please sit down. Guests, please take your seats. Thank you, Mr. C and Mr. Culper, the ASD Orchestra, and to our singers for a wonderful beginning to this, the graduation ceremony 2018. Parents and friends of ASD, Director, Dr. Tom Hawkins, Chairperson of ASD's Board of Directors, Mr. Tom McHale, Charge d'Affaires of the United States of America's Embassy to Qatar, the Honourable Mr. Ryan Gleha, teaching faculty, and of course, most importantly, the class of 2018. Welcome to our graduation ceremony. My name is Michael Roberts, and it's my honour to be the high school principal of the American School of Doha. As I look at our graduates, and all the families gathered in celebration, I know that today will be a moment you remember for a long, long time. As the summer holidays beckon, many of us will leave Doha. Many of our graduates will, of course, permanently leave. As an integral part of our impending journeys, all of us will cross country borders. Borders that, by their very nature, hold us up in what can seem like endless queues, scans, pat-downs, checks, and the mysterious operational capacity of e-gate. Country borders function in numerous ways. They can slow us down, they can separate us. They can also protect and define us. Fundamentally, the borders that many of us cross this summer are artificially and arbitrarily created by humans. Borders can be changeable, they can often be fractious. Many people who cross borders do not always realize that being able to cross a border is a privilege. The freedom to pass through a border can be dependent on an accident of birth, on the color of a passport, or having enough money in a wallet. Borders can open, borders can close. What's the effect on a people when a border is closed? Before I came to ASD, I worked in Vietnam. Vietnam is a fascinating place to live, a country populated with a resilient and warm people. I lived in Ho Chi Minh City. One day I was invited to accompany one of the school's service groups that each Saturday would visit an old people's home on the outskirts of the city. I recall sitting in the warmth on a stone floor in an open courtyard, helping the elderly Vietnamese women who lived there shell peanuts. I asked them about their lives. Where were their families? Did they have any children? Were they from Ho Chi Minh City? One told me her story. She said that during the reunification war between the North and the South, her husband had been killed and she'd fled Ho Chi Minh City with her 3-year-old daughter, who was sick and malnourished. She remembered the explosions, the paucity of food, the plentitude of fear. She took her daughter and fled, hoping to cross the border into a neighboring country, Laos, for safety. When they arrived, the border was closed, smothered in barbed wire and barricades, guarded by soldiers with stern faces and polished guns. The soldiers could not let her cross the border, but they told her the aid agencies would take her daughter, but only her daughter. Faced with the realization of being unable to feed her child, she passed her daughter over the border and walked back alone to Ho Chi Minh City. Blocked borders divide, blocked borders separate. And yet borders can give us an identity. They can make us feel part of a community. Borders delineate countries and nationalities. We can be proud of our countries and the borders that define them. But this pride must never be at the cost of others. American social activist Eugene V. Debs once said, "My country is the earth. I am a citizen of the world." This idea that our shared humanity supersedes our national identity is, I think, a powerful one. National identity can unite groups of people, yes, but it cannot unite all the people living on our planet. National identity can actually cause great divides, contrition, and even conflict. National identities can cause borders and blockages that separate children from their families, husbands from their wives, and families and friends from the ones that they love. Across the globe, this occurs and reoccurs, from Vietnam to the Korean Peninsula, to Eastern Europe, Africa, and even closer to home. Most of the adults in this room were brought up without the privilege of an international education. When I look at these graduates, I envy them. They are a group that cannot help but be wider in vision than the color of their passport or the patterns on their flag. Their experience at ASD has empowered them to soar above borders. These graduates are international in vision, perspective, and companionship. They are true citizens of the world. These young women and men must push back borders in order to embrace a shared humanity and empathy for others that the borders we create so often restrict. And thus, charged with this responsibility, we send them out into the world as better versions of ourselves. Thank you. I would now ask you to welcome two members of the senior class who will perform a reading of the poem "To You Who Taught Me My Letters." Please welcome Abdulaziz Fakhru and Yara Mansour.
السلام عليكم ومبارك عليكم الشهر. سأقرأ اليوم قصيدة بعنوان من علمني حرفا للشاعر معروف رفيق. من علمني حرفا؟ من علمني حرفا أخلصت له طول العمر. من أولاني عطفا أضمرت له كل الخير. فالعلم أمان من جهلي كالبحر كريم كالسهل. والناس كثير في الدنيا لكن أنجحهم ذو عقلي. يا ساهر ليلك للأجيال نورت طريقي بالآمال. أبناؤك نحن وما زلنا في سلاما من كل الأطفال. شكرا.
To you who taught me my letters. You who taught me, I am loyal to for eternity. You who cared about me, I wish you well. Education protects me from ignorance and is as generous as the sea and the land. There are many people in the world, but the most successful are the educated. You who spend your nights for the education of a generation, light my way with hope. We were and still are your children. Greetings from all your children. Thank you.
Thank you, Abdulaziz and Yara, for that heartfelt reading. We now move to the senior awards. These awards recognize some of the outstanding achievements of our graduating class over their time at ASD. Each year at graduation, we honor the students in the senior class who have been enrolled consecutively at ASD from pre-kindergarten or kindergarten to their senior year. Please welcome to the stage Abdullah Rahman Al-Azhar Mahdi. Faisal Abu Hassan. Khatam Abdel Hadi. Khaled Al-Thani. Tiziana Barnwell. Abdulaziz Fakhru. Yara Mansur. Paige Condi. Fahad Jada. Luke Mitchell. Tatjana Vogel. Sarah Abu Rakba. Rami Wakile. Omar Mardini. Thank you for what you've brought to ASD. The first award this evening is the Ambassadors Award. Please welcome Charge d'Affaires of the United States of America's Embassy to Qatar, the Honorable Mr. Ryan Gliha.
Good evening, ladies and gentlemen, honored guests, parents, graduates. It is indeed my honor to be among you this evening to give out the Ambassadors Award. This award recognizes outstanding achievement in scholarship and citizenship, and the recipient each year strives for excellence, seeks a challenging course of study, and exhibits a love of learning. This student embodies the American School of Doha mission by exhibiting positive, active global citizenship, seeking to bring about positive change in Qatar and or the wider world. That's the book description of the Ambassadors Award. And I had the challenge this year of selecting who was going to be the recipient. And so I had the luxury of being able to sit down with a number of the candidates that were selected by the faculty of ASD as to be finalists for this award. And I got to have a nice conversation with each of these finalists. And in this interview, I always like to ask very odd and difficult questions. Sometimes, like the questions your teachers sometimes ask you, and definitely the types of questions that you're asked on your college applications. So once we got through the pleasantries of who you are, where you're going, what you want to study, I laid it on them. I had my really bomb question I wanted to give out, which was, what keeps you up at night? What worries you? And the people I interviewed all had very interesting answers to that, but the person that is the recipient of this award had an amazing answer. When I asked her what kept her up at night, she had a number of things that kept her up at night. Among them, not just her own life and her own future, but world poverty, inequality, various and sundry political crises around the world. But what made her stood out in her answer was that not only did she identify these problems, she already had solutions for those problems in mind. And she had an action plan in order to address those. And she had carefully thought this out. And that to me really speaks to me what we look for in an ambassador and what we look for in that type of student here at ASD. And as she departs ASD to start at Clark University, Massachusetts, there is no doubt in my mind that this year's winner will continue to identify some of the world's most challenging and thorny problems, and more importantly, will identify and be part of some of the solutions. I want to finish with what she said in her essay, really, which inspired me. She said, "I have come to understand that change makers don't set out to solve all the world's problems, overthrow the status quo, or find a cure. They simply show up ready to work." And in my view, she clearly is ready to work. And I give you this year's Ambassadors Award winner, Nada Haddad.
Thank you, Mr. Gliha, and well done, Nada. I would now like to invite to the stage Dr. Tom Hawkins, Director of the American School of Doha, to present the Directors Award. Please welcome Dr. Hawkins.
Mr. Gliha, Mr. McHale, Mr. Roberts, members of the Board of Directors and the Board of Trustees, honored guests, faculty, staff, parents, and graduates of the class of 2018. It gives me immense pleasure to be with you here this evening and to welcome you all tonight to these commencement ceremonies. A special thank you to Mr. Gliha, who just spoke to us this evening, for his wisdom, his guidance, his support, and encouragement on the board over the past 3 years, and as interim chair of the Board of Trustees this past year as we were without an appointed ambassador from the U.S. to Doha. Your contributions to the school, Mr. Gliha, have been significant and they're most appreciated. I, the board, and the entire ASD community owe you a debt of gratitude. Please know that we really appreciate everything that you've done. You've always got a home back here at ASD, if it ever happens that you get posted back here, and I hope that our paths cross again. We wish you all the best in your new post in Jeddah. Thank you very much for your service to the school. All of us assembled here tonight should be very proud of each and every one of these young graduates here in blue that are sitting in front of us, ready to get their diploma and take their next stage in life. This ceremony marks a significant passage into the next stage of their lives. Your presence here as a community, offers support, encouragement, and congratulations to this class of 2018. It's immensely important that you're seen here and that you're supporting these students. It also indicates just what we are as a community, and I thank you very much for being here to support everyone. As the director of the American School of Doha, and as I believe the first director with a child in the graduating class, I'm very proud of and most impressed with this class. The class of 2018 has shown leadership and character and has demonstrated the ASD core values of respect, honesty, responsibility, and compassion in a somewhat trying year. The blockade of Qatar by neighboring countries posed challenges for the school and for some of the individuals here in front of us. But they took the challenges in stride, as we would expect of an ASD student. From bringing Afghanistani students to Doha, to advocating for neutral sites for MISAC events, to reaching out to others in service here in Doha and abroad, this class in front of you has demonstrated character and leadership to make all of us proud. I congratulate these young men and women on not only completing the requirements for graduation, but for making our school and the world a better place. As the director, I have the good fortune to be able to recognize one of these graduating seniors in particular with the Directors Award. The book version is that the Directors Award recognizes outstanding character and contribution to the school community. The recipient respects others, cultivates a sense of belonging and trust, collaborates well in the classroom, and demonstrates high standards of personal integrity. This student possesses a positive attitude and contributes to the American School of Doha environment by going beyond the classroom to participate in co-curricular activities. The high school faculty chose 4 outstanding candidates for me to interview, and I enjoyed meeting and learning from each one of them in the process. But as there's only one Director's Award, I would like to recognize this year's recipient with a $1,500 scholarship. I welcome to the stage Mr. Kaito Komoriya as our recipient this year. Kaito, come on up. In the classroom, Kaito is diligent and he's thoughtful, bringing his love of learning and desire to succeed in academic endeavors to all that he undertakes. Pursuing a program of studies incorporating both AP and IB courses, Kaito applied himself in lessons to not only be the best he could be, but also to help others experience success as well. Outside the classroom, Kaito has participated in Model United Nations, the Global Issues Club, and was selected to the National Honor Society. His senior year, Kaito served as a treasurer for the Varsity Club Council and the ASD Student Service Executive. But it's in the pool and on the track that Kaito has really found his passion and left his legacy here at ASD. Kaito was MVP of a highly successful swim program in grades 10, 11, and 12. And he holds MISAC as well as school records. Upon returning to ASD after a few years at the American School in Japan, Kaito started running, and he kept running, and he kept running, and he's found success as a runner as well. He served as captain of the cross-country team this year and was voted MVP of cross-country in both grades 11 and 12. Kaito was also named MVP of the ASD track and field teams in grade 11 and 12. With numerous MISAC and school records, and this year's recipient of the Male Athlete of the Year Award, Kaito was deserving of these accolades. He will also continue his pursuit of running and join the cross-country team at Claremont Mechanic College in California as an NCAA athlete pursuing a degree in economics and international relations. And though Kaito has left his name on the walls of ASD and will be remembered as a great athlete, he will also be remembered as an amazing individual who inspires those around him. He believes that swimming and running are more about the team than about the individual, and that no one succeeds without support and encouragement from those around him or her. That's why you will see Kaito on the sidelines before and after his own races, cheering on his teammates, helping inspiring them to reach deeper and aim higher, like he has been inspired by coaches such as Mr. Hollingshead and former runners like Andy Condi, who both encouraged Kaito to continue to pursue collegiate running. Kaito, you're the type of model student we hope to cultivate here at ASD, a scholar athlete with a true passion and a compassion to serve others. It is my pleasure to award you the ASD Directors Award for 2018. We are all proud of you. Thanks for all you have provided to ASD, and we wish you the best of luck in continuing your pursuit of excellence. Once a dragon, always a dragon. Congratulations, Kaito. An amazing young man. Wonderful
Thank you, Dr. Hawkins, and congratulations, Kaito. It now gives me great pleasure to invite senior student Olivia Babsky to the stage in order to introduce our commencement speaker. Please welcome Olivia.
Thank you, Mr. Roberts. Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. It is my honor to introduce this year's commencement speaker, our beloved teacher, Mr. Clark. You often hear the same adjectives to describe popular teachers: dedicated, enthusiastic, passionate. While those words definitely apply to Mr. Clark, I prefer to describe him with the words above and beyond. Many of you know him as a social studies teacher. He taught AP World History, AP US Government and Politics. He was my teacher for AP US History, Middle Eastern Studies, and AP Comparative Government. But did you know that he also taught AP Language and Composition, AP Literature, Psychology, and Philosophy? Teaching such a wide variety of courses is just one way he went above and beyond. Did I also mention that Mr. Clark was a coach? That's right. During his career, he coached American football, volleyball, basketball, and softball. But that's not all. He also coached golf and debate. Mr. Clark stands out in so many ways. He grades with a purple marker, delights in all things culinary, and if you want to know anything about music from the 80s, Mr. Clark is your go-to person. In fact, one day he hopes to open up a record shop that doubles as a coffee bar. When you take one of Mr. Clark's classes, you join him on the adventures that led him to ASD 10 years ago. In my Middle Eastern Studies class, he wove in tales of his time as a US Marine in Saudi Arabia, and in my government class, he shared his experiences as a teacher in Vietnam. When he wasn't sharing his memories, he was helping students to create their own, like the time he took his US government class to Qatar Foundation at 4 in the morning to watch the live results of the US election. So when I look back at the years leading up to this moment, I will remember with fondness the teachers who were dedicated, enthusiastic, and passionate. But the teacher I will remember most is the one who went above and beyond. Please join me in giving the warmest of welcomes to Mr. Clark.
I was told I have 25 minutes for this speech, so just kidding. Thank you, Olivia. Good evening, ladies and gentlemen, distinguished guests, and most importantly, class of 2018. To be picked by the senior class to give the commencement address is very much an honor and a privilege for me. I am excited and humbled to speak to you tonight. The reason I'm so delighted to speak is because I love graduation. For me, it's the culmination of a lot of work by so many people, from elementary, middle, and high school teachers to parents, peers, and siblings. But especially you. You all put in an incredible amount of work to reach this point. Congratulations. However, what I really love is seeing the pride and joy on the faces of your parents, families, and friends. I love being able to witness the fear, the excitement, the anticipation, and did I mention fear, visibly written on each and every one of you graduates. FYI, it's okay to be afraid. Your class quote suggests that you have courage to fail forward. There's this really famous woman in the United States. Her name is Sonia Sotomayor. She is a justice of the United States Supreme Court. She says this about success and failure. The aha moment is the first time you gained an insight about yourself and the world around you. The uh-oh moment is where you ask yourself, what have I done now? The uh-oh moments are worth cherishing as much as the aha moments. Mistakes, failures, embarrassment, and disappointment are necessary components of growing wise. We can learn more from our not-so-good experiences than we can learn from our good ones. So please understand, it's okay to be afraid and to fail. It happens to the best of us. Even I have had an uh-oh moment or 2, or 10, or 20. As a teacher, I enjoy looking back at all of your time here at ASD and thinking about how much you all have grown and matured. But most of all, I love to think about where you are at in your lives today. Because as of right now, the world is yours for the taking. The slate is clean, and you get to start over, making new friends and new discoveries. Discoveries about who you are and about the world in which you place yourself. You do not yet realize this, but you have a long, long time to be an adult, and all that that entails. For some perspective about how long that is, I have been a teacher 3 years longer than most of you have been alive, and I didn't start teaching until I was 26. But right now, you get the opportunity to be a young adult, which means having freedoms to make choices and the experience of the great unknown. Enjoy this opportunity. I've thought about, in contemplating the focus of the speech, to be honest, I struggled. But after much mulling and pondering and thought, I decided I wanted to talk about something near and dear to my heart: human kindness and compassion. Here at ASD, we speak of developing young men and women who are to become global citizens. We talk about compassion and character and respect. So I think tonight that will be my focus, with a little bit of fatherly advice. Now, those of you that have been lucky, or maybe unlucky enough to have me as your teacher, know that I like to use images and stories to emphasize my point. So, we will start tonight with an analogy. You are holding a cup of coffee when someone comes along and bumps into you, shaking you, jolting your arm, making you spill your coffee. So now I ask, why did the coffee spill? You might answer, well, because someone bumped into me, of course, to which I reply, wrong answer. Coffee was spilled because coffee was what was in the cup. If tea had been in it, you would have spilled tea. Whatever is inside the cup is what you will spill. The message I want to impart is this: when life comes along and bumps you, shakes you, and jolts you, which it will, whatever is inside you is what will come out. It's easy to fake kindness and character until you get rattled, until stresses rise, until you feel tired, lost, and overwhelmed. So I want you to ask yourselves, what's in my cup? And for clarity, you're the cup. When life gets tough, what spills over? Joy, gratefulness, peace, and humility? Or anger, bitterness, harsh words, and negative actions? You get to choose. You get to decide how you respond to the world. You begin to define your character based on your response to those bumps, those shakes, and those jolts. As you venture out on your own in the next few months, you will be faced with many character-defining moments. You will face them every day. Life is one long string of character-defining moments. You can respond in a manner that is angry, bitter, and harsh, or you can respond with joy, gratefulness, and humility. It is surprising what the power of one positive person can do. I know it's hard to be positive, but I also know that you are all good, kind, compassionate human beings. This is why it's so important to listen to your internal whisper. In your defining moments, do not let your morals be swayed by those around you. by convenience, by expediency, or by anger, sticking to your character requires a lot of courage. This courage is especially needed in today's world where everything is seemingly divided and conflictual. We are being led to believe that we reside in a world of the collective we and a world of others. It does not matter what passport you hold, what gender you are, what religion you follow, there will always be others. But, and this is a big but, I ask you to take courage and fight against the easy path of anger, bitterness, and division, in the harshness of blaming the other. Hold within yourself the capacity for outrage at injustice. I know I am naive. I like to say hopelessly hopeful, but we are so much more alike than we are different. Rather than other, we are the same. Look around you at your classmates. There are 169 of you, hailing from 32 countries, 88 female, 81 male. We are sitting in a gym filled with others. We are friends with others. We work with others. As you leave ASD, please do not get caught up in the easy cynicism of the world around you and spill out anger and bitterness. Remember your roots here at ASD. Remember your friends, and remember the beauty of our differences, the diversity, the people, and spill out happiness and joy. Maybe make those character-defining moments positive. Be hopelessly hopeful. Live a life that makes kindness essential, where you smile, experience life, and help others along the way. In the immortal words of Eeyore from Winnie the Pooh, a little consideration, a little thought for others makes all the difference. I was talking with a recent grad last night, and some of you may know her. She said, "Dad, if you don't approach college in a positive manner, it will be overwhelming because it's so hard at the beginning, and if you are negative, you won't ever find a home in college." Which helps me transition into my fatherly advice. I want all of you to be at home wherever it is that you go from ASD. So here are 3 pieces of advice. 1, when life seems to be beating you up and causing you struggle, ask for help or guidance. Talk it out. Don't be afraid to seek advice. It's not a sign of weakness. Oftentimes, just hearing your own voice work through a decision will lead you down the right path. 2, when you make that decision and you start down that path, go with confidence. Have faith in yourself and trust that you will find what you are looking for. And there is one thing you cannot ever do, and that is compare your current situation with what could have been had I chosen a different path. Do you want to know why? Because the path you would have chosen would have had bumps and troubles as well. That's life. It's filled with bumps, shakes, and jolts. Have faith, have confidence, and trust the choices you have made. 3, a wise woman once told me, live where you are. That simply means enjoy where you are and participate to the fullest what is being offered. Don't wish or wonder your life away. Some of your schools will have school exchange programs, semesters at sea. Take those opportunities, participate in clubs, get involved with organizations. Live where you are. I am ever the optimist, and I believe wholeheartedly that in the end, it will work out. It always does. It may not go according to plan. It may not be what you envisioned. Heck, you may not end up anywhere where you thought you would be, but it'll work out. So as you leave ASD, scattering across the globe to begin your life, some of you with enthusiasm and excitement, some of you with fear and sadness, go forth with these simple ideas in mind as you make your choices. Move forward with confidence. Consider your opportunities. Be hopelessly hopeful. And so, class of 2018, those are my humble words of wisdom. I wasn't going to do this. I'll stop. Those are my humble words of wisdom, and I know right now they may not seem profound or necessary, but I do hope that sometime down the road, should life cause you moments of doubt and struggle, moments that you feel bumped, shaken, and jolted, these words will pop into your head and help you out. I really hope that every one of you achieve your hopes and dreams. And that your path goes smoothly. And graduates, I give you a hug, a handshake, and a high five. I speak for everyone here when I say good luck and congratulations. Thank you, and Ramadan Kareem.
Thank you, Mr. Clark, and of course, Olivia. We now have a musical interlude, performing Found Tonight by Lin-Manuel Miranda, Ben Pasek and Justin Pau, performed by ASD senior music students.
We may not yet have reached our glory, but I will gladly join the fight. And when our children tell their story, they'll tell the story of tonight. They'll tell the story of tonight.
Have you ever felt like nobody was there? Have you ever felt forgotten in the middle of nowhere? Have you ever felt like you could disappear? Like you could fall and no one would hear?
Well, let that lonely feeling wash away. Maybe there's a reason to believe you'll be okay. 'Cause when you don't feel strong enough to stand, you can reach out your hand. And
something they can never take away, no matter what they tell you.
someone will come running to take you home.
Raise a glass to all of us.
Tomorrow there'll be more of us.
Telling the story of tonight. Out of the shadows, the morning is breaking.
comes crashing through. When you need a friend to carry you, when you're broken on the ground, you will be found. So let the sun come streaming in, 'cause you'll reach up and you'll rise again. If you only look around, you will be found.
Children tell their story. You will be found. They'll tell the story of tomorrow. No matter what they tell you, tomorrow there'll be more of us.
Telling the story of tonight. The story of tonight.
Thank you, singers, and thank you, Miss Gravel. The Salutatorian and Valedictorian are students who have received the highest grade point average in the class. Both these students are infinitely more than a GPA average. They're true representatives of what it means to be an ASD graduate. Growing up, the 2018 Salutatorian had to adapt to different educational systems, and as a result is trilingual in French, English, and Spanish. He's managed to absorb the best parts of each school experience and harmonize them perfectly. He is relentless when he encounters a challenge. He's well suited to his chosen course of study in mathematics and economics. Aside from learning in the classroom, he maintains a wide range of hobbies and interests. He's a keen badminton player, involved in theatre, and also an active member of the ASD Eco Council. In August, he will be studying mathematics and economics at McGill University, Montreal. Congratulations to the Salutatorian of the class of 2018, Etienne Serbag.
Thank you very much, Mr. Roberts. Good evening, faculty, parents, the board of directors, students, my fellow classmates, and distinguished guests. It is with great honor that I stand here tonight as we come together to celebrate the successful completion of 4 hard-working years in high school. Tonight is the night which also solidifies the passage to a new chapter in our lives. Quite frankly, as I was first preparing for this speech, I turned towards a WikiHow page titled How to Write a Salutatorian Speech for some ideas. Soon after, though, I quickly realized I wanted this speech to take on a personal lens, as I share with you something that has changed the way I approach life. It is something that some regard to be a medical condition. No, I'm not talking about senioritis. Rather, I stand here tonight to talk to you about stress. Ever since I walked through the doors of the American School of Doha 5 years ago, I've been feeling stressed. The feeling of anxiety has constantly manifested itself through an increased heartbeat and sweaty palms during tests or upcoming due dates, or before hopping on stage for a play. So you can imagine how I feel standing before you tonight. My friends very well recognize, and sometimes even joke, about my high stress levels. I subsequently started thinking about this sensation, probably almost all of us have experienced in some shape, way, or form. Now you know what you may be thinking. Why does it sound like I'm actively promoting stress during a time of celebration? As it turns out, my experience during high school has taught me to change my perception of stress. More often than not, stress is viewed as harmful to our health. However, I now believe stress is a notion categorized as either unhealthy or healthy stress. The former is often called bad stress and is detrimental to our well-being, whilst the latter is a form of good stress. Throughout the high school years, it appears we have learned, together as a class, to navigate the line that separates these two polar versions of stress. I believe in the importance of building a consciousness of our own stress levels and being able to distinguish between the good and the bad stress. I believe that transforming the way we think about stress and viewing good stress as an ally rather than a medical enemy can actually help us overcome challenges and widen our future. By embracing this positive side of stress, which carries with it a motivating force, we can more readily adapt to our new environments as we all head off to different places across the globe. The discussion of good and bad stress is particularly pertinent as we look ahead into the future and look forward to meeting new friends, engaging in new activities, and being in new surroundings. I believe that stress becomes unhealthy when it causes us to miss out on opportunities. If we feel the negative side of stress overwhelming us, I believe it is important to reach out to our loved ones and seek help so that we can better learn to cope with any challenges. By doing so, we rethink our approach to stress and improve our quality of life. Tonight, I want to encourage you to recognize the good stress and learn to appreciate it. Because not only does it motivate us, but it can also propel us into achieving our goals and dreams. We must realize that stress will continue to be part of our lives. But instead of holding ourselves back from participating in new opportunities due to stress or fear, it is vital that we seek those opportunities out with enthusiasm so that we may feel the satisfaction from learning about ourselves and the world around us. Thank you very much, and congratulations to the class of 2018.
Thank you, Etienne. The valedictorian of the class of 2018 is meticulous in his work and a deeply conceptual thinker. He's humble, but an instinctive leader, independent, yet also collaborative. This student is respected by peers and teachers for maintaining the highest standards of ethics and excellence in all he endeavors. By the time he graduates, he'll have taken 13 AP courses in a range of subject areas. Whether it's with his work with the National Honor Society, planning the Qatar Cancer Initiative, as president of the Asd Model United Nations, or as a grade 12 representative on Student Council. This student represents and demonstrates powerful communication and collaboration skills. He will be heading off to Yale to study a double major in biology and political science. We congratulate the valedictorian for the class of 2018, Neil Udasi.
I've been living in Qatar for the past 4 years and I've never been this hungry in my entire life. I skipped the buffet to prepare for this speech, so if any one of you has any food, I beg you, save me some. Graduates, parents, siblings, alumni, faculty, and underclassmen who genuinely think seniors will remember them when we leave, welcome to the graduation ceremony for the American School of Doha's class of 2018. To this year's graduating class, tonight marks the consummation of your high school experience, an end to what we began 4 long years ago. Yes, today, in return for the blood, sweat, and tears you've invested into this school, you all will be handed a slightly worn piece of paper printed off a Carrefour office computer. Congratulations to you all. It truly is an honor to speak today on behalf of this year's graduating class. Standing here today, speaking to you all, as the valedictorian of ASD's class of 2018 is something I've been waiting for quite some time, and I'm truly glad the day has come. Since the results became clear months ago, I've taken this matter quite seriously, if I'm to be honest. Preparing for this speech with the same intensity many of you dedicated to this year's March exams. So late last night, I began. Yes, at 11:30, I opened my browser and stared at it for 30 minutes. After downing a large iced mocha and a shot of espresso, I wrote down the first 3 lines of this speech before going on a 2-hour YouTube binge and passing out on the living room sofa. After waking up early this morning, I decided it was best to give up and wing it all together. This is who I've become. In truth, as I began to formulate my thoughts on the car ride here, I realized that a speech much like this can be difficult to write. I, as a supposed representative of our class, am to confer onto you, the graduates, some profound lesson or understanding that may offer you guidance in the near future. A lesson that we all may learn from, something common to us all. But when you look to those around you this evening, the differences among us appear more pronounced than our inherent commonalities. When I look into the audience, I can't help but see an eclectic group of students, each from a unique culture and walk of life, each with their own interests and passions, each with their own dreams and aspirations. When I look into the audience, I can't help but see diligent medical practitioners, compassionate political activists, dedicated professional athletes, and so much more. Yet, despite our differences, when I look into the audience, I can't help but also see within each of you a single commonality, a capacity for success. We're an ambitious group, capable of creating profound and resonant change in this world. We're motivated, dedicated, and most importantly, invested in our work. Joe Biden, in his 2011 Class Day speech at Yale University, said, "It is the lucky person who gets up in the morning, puts both feet on the floor, knows what they're about to do, and thinks it still matters." No matter what profession you follow, what field you elect to study, remember, pursue what you love, what you've come to truly enjoy. Ensure your happiness is not contingent on how individual success defines you, but rather how you define individual success. Pursue not merely material wealth or social notoriety, but rather that which truly fulfills you. And from there isn't anything you cannot do. I know because I too have invested fully in my work. It's why I stand before you here today, why I was able to enroll in the university of my liking. I found that which I believe fulfilled me and pursued it zealously, dedicating myself tirelessly to the pursuit of academic excellence. When I got into Yale this past December, I was overjoyed. It was what I'd been working towards my entire life. It was all that I ever wanted, all that I ever thought I needed. But I was wrong. Yes, I was wrong. Despite the success I'd achieved, I was unable to feel truly fulfilled. Because, as we all know, reality has a means of intruding. Some time ago, I'd lost someone truly special in my life. Someone who cared for me dearly, who adored me endlessly, who loved me even more than they loved themselves. And I lost them because of my own ambition, my pursuit of success at the expense of those around me, and inability to recognize the importance of those I loved. Weekend outings made way for class assignments, holiday dinners for college applications, time together for my work. It was only after they were gone that I truly understood the error in my ways. You see, I'd placed the impersonal pursuit of success, of individual achievement and social primacy at the forefront of my priorities, above all else. I soon understood, however, that such material and superficial gain was insufficient in ensuring my happiness. That true meaning is found in the bonds and relationships I form with those I've come to know, with my friends, with my family, with those I love. In truth, class of 2018, you all will inevitably experience such a struggle. Whether it be the loss of a loved one, betrayal by someone you trusted, or a failure that shakes you to your very core, the impermanence of our joy, of our ideals and beliefs, of our perspectives, is made ever so clear by such profound moments of difficulty and despair. I'm not alone in understanding this truth. Countless others, many in the audience today, have endured far worse, with much less support to go through it. These moments will come, class of 2018. They will break you down and tear you apart. But the formative nature of such experiences will ultimately leave you with a greater appreciation for what truly matters in this life. So pursue what you love. Be what you want to be. Have ambition. But ambition with perspective. Don't forget the things that truly matter. So, to all my friends, Basha, Fatima and my girls, Spencer, JW and the white boys, Nada, Keenan and the gang, Saif, Rayan, Oshin, Nat and my Thursday boys, thank you all for the laughs, mistakes, crazy moments, and loving memories together that I will not soon forget. I got nothing but love for you all. To my family, you are the most important people in my entire life. I love you more than anything in this world. When I was 6, I remember sitting alone in my room crying because I realized the time would come where I wouldn't be able to be with my family any longer. And it seems like that time is now. You truly made me into what I am today. Everything I ever want, ever do, is meant to support you all and make you proud. You are my everything. I don't know what I'm going to do without you. Class of 2018, join me in giving a huge round of applause to the real stars of the evening, our parents and families. And to everyone else here this evening, to those watching on the live stream, and to all members of the ASD community, thank you all for the continual love and support you've brought to myself and this year's graduating class each and every day. Again, I love you all, and God bless. Thank you.
Thank you, Neil and Etienne. You're both worthy representatives of your class and our school. We now have the opportunity to listen to a rendition of We Are ASD by the concert band and senior choir singers.
It started in the desert when Qatar began to bloom. ASD would teach the children in our rooms. Learning is our motto, you'll find on every page. Learning from lab to field to stage. Come to build our future, a better world we'll know. All that we have learned here, we'll take wherever we go. We come from so many different places, and we all have so many different faces. We are ASD, 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 we are ASD. The American School of Doha is our home. The American School of Doha is our home, is our home.
Thank you to Mr. C and Mr. Culper, the concert band, and of course the singers. Graduation is, of course, an open border that our seniors cross to continue their lives. However, we also have others here today who will also soon be crossing borders. Can I please ask our leaving faculty to stand up? Thank you. We owe them much and we will miss them. Thank you, faculty, for all the work you have done at ASD, and we wish you good luck in the future. Now is the moment that you've all been waiting for. the presentation of the graduation diplomas. Mr. Kevin Sage will read the names of our graduates. I welcome Mr. Sage to the podium. Mr. Sage, please know that, as the high school principal, I can confirm that all those seated here today have fulfilled the graduation requirements of the American School of Doha.
Thank you. What a special evening. No stress. Not only do you have the honor and the privilege of graduating in the holy month of Ramadan, but you also get to share graduation with the birthdays of Aurim and Ms. Ortman. I would like to invite Dr. Hawkins, Mr. McHale, to join us on stage to help with the presentations of the diplomas. Before we begin the class herald, I would like to remind the parents of each graduate to stand when the name of your son or daughter is called, and please remain standing until you receive the traditional rose from the NHS usher. The photographers will have the studio open to well after the ceremony in the 9th grade commons just behind the dining hall. And please join us in the dining hall following the diplomas for some light refreshments and further congratulations. So, Mr. Roberts, you ready? Dr. Hawkins, Mr. McHale, you ready? Class of 2018, are you ready? Mariam Abdulaziz. Hatem Abdul Hadi. Sarah Abu Rakba. Faisal Abu Hassan. John Afshan. Ahmed Hakimi Ahmed Feruz. Hee Kyang An. Natalie Al-Jundi. Aya Al-Thani. Khalid bin Faisal Al-Thani. Ragid Abdallah Al-Ansari. Mohammed bin Ali Al-Durbasti. Salman Al-Jabar. Musa Hana Al-Khori. Galia Muhammad Jaham Al-Kuwari. Menwa Nabil Ahmed Almana. Omar bin Khalid Al-Nama. Michelle bin Salam Al-Naimi, Mohammed bin Rashid Al-Sulayti, Abdullah bin Rashid Al-Sulayti, Nasr bin Fala Al-Thani, Al-Reem bint Abdallah Ahmed Al-Zaman, Abdurrahman Ahmed Al-Khmadani, Kimia Cecile Alexis, Omar Al-Feda, Sami Al-Gussain, Milagros Amaras, Zaid Al-Nuwairi, Razan Al-Sadi, Tori Arduzer, Miriam Aslam, Rebecca Asselstein, Noor Azria, Olivia Babsky, Johara Banainal, Mitchell Barnes, Tiziana Barnwell, Levin Barrios Perez, Noor Basha, Anna Carolina Becker, Malik bin Ayed, Shadin Buyan, Amelia Patricia Biddle, Tita Pearl Batar. Hunter Joseph Bridge. Alexander Briscoe. Michal Bushach. Cecilia Byberg. Rita Kalfat. Alexander Camberos Sederberg. Chung Woo Cho. Andrew Coble. Megan Collins. Paige Helen Condi. Joella Cully. Natasha Das. Rachel Day. Samantha Day. Dana Janice Siham Damashki. Vandana Jonadula. Bailey Duncan. Tristan Edwards. Ryan Hassan Alamin. Elia El Gindi. Fatma Khalid El Hassan. Noor Esmaskawi. Fatma Hassan El Salabi. Mahanad El Sobki. Sean Elliott. Shafiq El Natour. Lynn Priscilla Farrell. Abdulaziz bin Nasser Fakhru. Joanne Fares. Mohammed Fayez Fawad Rana. Rebecca Fonseca de Azevedo. Omar Fuda. Spencer Francis. Jordan Thomas Fullard. Saki Fineno. Noor Riyad Ghanem. Martino Chu Ganya. Sebastian Gomez. Calvin Guo. Alexander Haddad. Nada Christie Haddad. Ashley Hammonds. Heather Nicole Harris. Sinead Mariam Mahoney Hassan. Samuel Hawkins. Lara Hasbun. Lauren Honey. Fiorentina Huang. Mustafa Kamal Adres. Karel Inati. Ali Askar. Anwar Ishaq. Fahad Al-Jada. Arnav Jain. Nabil Jondi. Athena Maria Karuganaki. Sahar Karkub. Niall Kelly. Katinka Kupink. Dua Khan. Kaito Komaria. Llewellyn Cordum. Victoria Lara. Jian Lee. Grace Irene Live Oak. Daniela Lobianco. Stein Mayor. Yara Mansour. Omar Mardini. Benjamin Markovenovich. Zoe Martin Parkinson. Donna Masad. Andrew Roy McFarlane. Nikki Mirzakani. Luke Mitchell. Hinahu Mizuno. Kareem Muhammad. Lael Masalam. Andrew Mundy. Saif Nabluzi. Michelle Nakvi. Dominique Nash. Samantha Ocampo. Evan Alexander Owen. Mohammed Paracha. Chloe Isabel Pinegi. Emma Lindsay Price. Ataya Shafadra Putri. Khaled Rashidi. Nura Amin Rakab. Hannah Ritter. John Rogers. Ahmed Hani Salama. Aviral Saxena. Ferdinand Bernhard Schwenger. Etienne Charles Victor Subag. Ahmed Ihab Shaban. Abdullah Sheikh. Keenan Willard Shantz. Hannah Suleiman. Fayez Sayed. Nihal Sayed. Lina Omar Taglabi. Hannah Tawashi. Ark Thakur. Solema Tilman Gore. Tully Douglas Thexton. Asheen Tuberty. Neil Udasi. Maya Van Acker. Emily Vardanega. Tatiana Karina Fogel. Ellen Valquist. Isaac Valquist. Rami Wakila. Isaac Ellis Whiteley. Shaskia Wabobo. Nara Rifanti Wijayanto. Olivia K. Wright. Nicholas Mystery Yanuka. Yasmin Zamel. Michael Andrew Zioski.
your own way. One day again.